Hello, hello, friends. Welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How's everyone doing today? Happy Sunday as well. Last day of the weekend. Oh man. I'm excited to cook up this feast, biscuits and gravy. Psych ward, welcome in. Finn's at work. Hello, Finn. We had a wonderful raid from Brother Aaron. I hope you're doing good, Brother Aaron, if you're still in here. And thank you very much for sharing your community with us. Had a few follows already. Welcome in, Crazy Adrian. Great to have you. Hello, Thrash. Madame Rainbow Pants. Yeah, it's sunny outside. What a wonderful day it's going to be. Sammy was putting on his last batch of the teriyaki jerky there. Hello, Titan. And we live in a basement suite in a house, Punisher. Yeah, a walkout basement suite. Thank you for the follow as well. Bubba's Husky Jeans. Welcome, welcome. And Scoots. Hey, hey, BRB. That is all good with me. I am still like waking up. I'm a bit sleepy today. I don't know if it was just like the mass amount of people and a bit overwhelming. Not really during, but after, I felt just like, whew, that was a day yesterday, but it was so wonderful. Oh, thanks, Titan. You did a sunshine dance for me. How did you know that that's what I needed? Tony, welcome. How are you doing? Blondie, hi, hi. Blondie, that dessert that you posted last night in the Discord, insane. Sam was reading it out to me and we're just like drooling all over the phone. I also want to say, Titan, I didn't get to talk to you about your trout that you caught yesterday. Good job, man. That is so awesome. Okay. Not really much of a list for us to write up today. And I think before we do that, why don't we finish up with yesterday's stream? We'll go over a couple of the food reviews from our friends that picked up a few turkey dinners from us. Oh, I didn't see that yet. I honestly, you can tell kind of where I'm at. I haven't even looked at Discord this morning yet. So crazy. And then my phone is outside for Sammy's camera.
Oh, you can take that.
It's okay. I can read it off the iPad too for the messages. Yeah, now I can cook them for you. Exactly. Oh, it didn't load? Okay, let's see. Let's see. I see Daph's pork shoulder. Yeah, the latte tart. That frickin' looks unreal. Cosmic Cat's cake. Eric's stuff. Sammy's post. Misha's feast. Madame, I don't see it unless it's somewhere else.
Which one?
She said she posted her pork and buns. I don't think it loaded. Dang it. Okay. Well, we'll look for it whenever you say it's good to go then. But you said it was successful, so congratulations to you. And I'm so happy that it turned out better than last time, right? Improvements are always a good thing. Okay. First one. From the first pickup. At like 8 o'clock I messaged because we didn't hear back. So I was like, how was everything? And she says, awesome. Sorry I didn't say. We loved it all. We loved whatever you did to the asparagus, which, guys, I just did olive oil, salt, and pepper, touch of garlic oil. And she says, but as usual, you guys outdid yourselves. So good. I was like, okay, perfect. I was like, I really appreciate the feedback. Like, thank you very much for that. And happy Easter, BC. I hope you're having a great day so far. Most Posts. Thank you for the 15-month resub. Absolutely nuts. And I'm so happy to say that your name is forever in this wall. For the beer nerds among us, 15 is the square root of 225. Thank you very much for that. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, that was our first review. Next one from the AM. Oh, also, yesterday when AM Sook picked up her food, she brought us some Purdy's chocolate eggs. Felt very spoiled yesterday and loved. So he said, thank you very much for the chocolates. That was a treat. Getting ready to start your cooking. Wanted to pop in and say, hey, well, thank you for the lurk while you cook. What are you cooking up today? So AM says, thank you so much for the delicious smoked turkey. The whole meal was a tasty treat. I love the flavor of the meat and it was very moist. Almost as good as your Valentine's meal. Almost. You really are great cooks, both of you. We're so happy to have connected with you. I thought that was so, so nice. All good things. I just want to show you that. And I'm fine with it if you want to. I don't care. Okay, so today, here is the menu, my wonderful peoples. So biscuits and gravy, this is a Southern style dish, and we'll go over kind of the history of it, all that fun stuff that we like to learn before we cook it. But the basis of it is just a couple components, really. So we got to make sure that we do our due diligence with those simple components. So our cheddar chive biscuits we'll make from scratch, homemade pork sausage gravy. So we're even gonna make the sausage from it. So we'll grind up pork shoulder. And then I always give the option of like a fried egg on top because I'm kind of going the brunch route with it today. BC, you're making ham, mashed potatoes, broccoli casserole, corn, and you bought a cinnamon roll cheesecake. Yum. That sounds really, really good. Happy Sunday to you, Kimmer's Brewery. And hello, J-Rail Presto. Yeah, cheesy biscuits and sausage gravy, exactly. So we know the menu. Here are the recipes that we need today. So there's the recipe for the cheddar chive biscuits. We've made it before as well, and they're really good. The Serious Eats sausage gravy recipe, that's usually my go-to, as well as the Bon Appetit, so the breakfast sausage recipe is there. So I'll make the breakfast sausage first, obviously, before we do our gravy. It did load when I'm ready. Okay, I'll bring up Discord for myself here then, madame. Going on the big screen. Let's check out the pork and buns. Oh, heck yeah. That looks so good. So good and saucy. Presto, you're from the South. This sounds absolutely delish. Thank you very much. You live in the Midwest now, and they just don't do it right. Okay, well, we're all the way up in Canada, so I hope I do it right. You made the buns from a cookbook your friend wrote. I was gonna ask if they were homemade, but you know what, madame? They looked so good that I thought you actually bought them from the store. So I guess that's a compliment. I was like, oh, those must just be like the nice little whole wheat rolls from the store. So good job. They look really good too, like nice and fluffy. It took a while to learn. Ooh. Maybe I'll have to pick your brain about that one day. Hello, old crazy uncle. How are you? Okay, so first things first, friends. Let's write out our prep list, and then we can get going. So we will first, I think it's smart to prepare our meat grinder if we're gonna be grinding the pork shoulder. What we need to do to prepare that, we need to put all of the metal parts from it into the freezer to start chilling it. So I'll just prep the grinder, and then once that's in the freezer, I like to let it sit for minimum half an hour, maximum a couple hours. I mean, once it gets frosty, that's really it. So while the grinder is chilling, we will prep up our pork meat. So we'll dice it up. I like to do 1 inch to 2 inch size cubes. I find that that just goes through the grinder really easily. But before the pork goes through the grinder, because we're gonna be making sausage, I usually find that mixing the diced pork with all of the sausage flavorings first and getting that distributed and then grinding it through with the flavor really just makes our life easy. So we're gonna do it that way. That's why I gave you also the recipe for the breakfast sausage. And I really like this one from Bon Appetit. It like hits all of the spices that I like in there. There's like chili flakes and fennel seed, all of the goodness. So I'll do prep pork and then season. And then probably by that time we'll be able to grind it up. So we'll grind the meat. And then we'll make a little bit extra of this today for ourselves too. I always like to have a touch extra. And then if you leave the sausage loose and don't really like pack it too much, then you have the choice to make sausage gravy with it, or you could just like ball it up and make little sausage patties for a breakfast sandwich. You got options. Oh, that's such a cute little emo. Is that the Easter? Little Easter bunny Sammy in the basket. That's so good. Sounds good, Cookie. Yeah, good morning to you. Swinging in real quick to wish everyone a happy Easter. Heading out to feast at the in-laws. Yeah. I hope you have a wonderful day, Cookie, and a nice safe drive as well. And yeah, feast yourself. Eat until you gotta unbutton the top part of your pants, or just prepare and wear stretchy pants right away. You're good to go. But yeah, have a wonderful Easter with your fam jam. And maybe we'll still be on when you're done with dessert. You never know. But we do like to keep Sundays a little bit quicker because Saturdays are a bit of a marathon. Okay, so after we grind up our meat, then I think it's wise to make up our biscuits. So the cheddar chive biscuit. And then usually I like to let them chill for about 10 minutes in the fridge after we cut them up before we bake. Biscuits and chill, if you will. It's really cute, hey madame? Little Sammy. Did you see the emote, Sam? Do you love it? He loves it. Yeah, we need to make that a sticker for next year. Holy heck, it's a baby orca. Baby orca, how are you? Oh man, we've missed you so much. I hope you've been good. Okay, biscuits and chill, and then we'll bake them. And then after that, or we'll try and bake it so that the timing for the biscuits, they'll come fresh out of the oven and we'll just like top it with the sausage gravy. Oh, I can't wait. Garot Artist, thank you for that follow, and hello Squigs, welcome. Was told to come to you to learn more about grilling, so here you are. Oh, welcome in. And yeah, we're not doing too much grilling today. We did a bit of grilling yesterday on stream, so maybe check back to that VOD. We did a smoked turkey. And I also want to ask Garot, who sent you here? Who's spreading the word? The health took a plunge. It's like the third time since March you're up past 7 p.m. Oh, Orca. Well, please let us know if there's anything that we can do for you, or if you just need someone to talk to you as well. I'm always here for you. But I'm happy to see you today, so thank you for stopping by. You're relaxing, your friend Jake, but you don't know his Twitch handle. Oh, word. Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks to your friend Jake. And yeah, welcome in. I have my husband actually, he's making some jerky outside right now. The camera's still out there, Sam? Can probably have a little peek. We can sneak a peek for you right now, Garot, in our little grilling area. That's how it looks. That's one of our big green eggs, and then like I said, the one on the left is the Traeger, and my husband is smoking some beef jerky in there right now. And we have 2 other big green eggs because we're actually ambassadors for Canada for that company. So yeah, we know how to cook with fire for sure. It's really, really fun and like kind of primitive. Hello, Suki. How are you doing? Welcome back. Okay, biscuits, bake. I'll just put fresh beside so I remember. And I'm also just gonna scroll back up to those recipes for my own self and see what these biscuits bake at. What do these biscuits bake at? Do, 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 do. Place in oven. Okay, the temp must be up at the top. 425 Fahrenheit. 425 Fahrenheit oven. So I'll just write 425 F for myself under there. And the timing is about 10 to 15 minutes, but start checking around 8 minutes, they say, because every oven is different. So that's fair. I think we'll be good for the 10 to 15 minutes.
6 months in advance, Garrett?
Holy! See, I don't see that stuff over here, Sam. So thank you for letting me know that. You just subscribed for 6 months, Garrett? So that means we have to teach you as much as possible about grilling. Thank you very, very much for that. And welcome to the kitchen crew. Enjoy your ad-free viewing, your special subscriber badge, as well as a bunch of emotes that we have for you to use. And yeah, spread the love, spread the deliciousness around Twitch. Hello, iShot, and good morning, Nike. He is saying hello from Mars. Hello, hello up there. Ground control, yeah. Come on in, get him back down.
Ground control to Nike 2G.
Okay, so yeah, one of the last things we're gonna do today is actually do up the sausage gravy. And it's really quite simple. If I look at this thing from Serious Eats, what does he say? Active time, 15 minutes, like once we have the sausage made. So effortless. Just start by frying up the sausage and like cooking it, and then we add some more like fat, so drippings, and then some flour into the pan. And then we add a little bit of milk to make it kind of creamy looking. But yeah, no more than 15 minutes, easy peasy. So while the biscuits are baking, we make the sausage gravy. Yeah, my favorite Martian. You're more of a gardener yourself, but you specialize in making certain types of hot sauces. Very cool. Well, I also love to garden. Sadly, we're going to be moving a province over in the summer here, so I'm not going to start anything garden-wise because I'll get sad if I have to leave it. But for sure, when we have like a little home base, I'll start gardening again. Because the past 2 years of the summers that I've been streaming, we've been doing like gardening and teaching people how to grow veg. But yeah, if you want to share your hot sauce stuff, by all means, I'm into that. Completely self-taught, which you know means you need help. Yeah, feel free to ask for help. So this is an educational focused stream, so all questions are valid here. There's no silly or dumb questions. That's not a thing. Whoa, down in Cape Cod, epic. 7A zoning farm. I don't really know what that means. If you want to explain it further, I'd be into it. Okay, so that's our really easy list. Very, very easy list. It means, oh, it's a pain to plant stuff. Okay. Hi, Lauren. Happy Easter to you. Yeah, I don't know. Like, why do adults not do scavenger hunts anymore? Because that's like my favorite part. Growing up, that was my favorite thing for Easter. Punkle C, thanks for that follow. Yeah, you get by. Well, that's awesome. Okay, let's get into it. Prep up our grinder. I'm just gonna pop my hair up as well. Don't get in the way. And yeah, it's a beautiful day out here on the West Coast.
Definitely going for a drone flight.
I was gonna say, Sam, whether we go for like a bike ride or a walk, we need to get outside.
We're going for a bike ride.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Going for a bicycle ride after stream. So that means the biscuits and gravy is our fuel. It's our fuel source. I'm in. Carb up. All right, all right. Just grabbing the meat grinder from the shelf. BC and Lumberjack Lauren in the same time in chat. Careful now. Careful now. Okay, so my meat grinder attaches onto my stand mixer, which is called an encarcerum. So I keep everything in this box for us. So like I said, all of the metal pieces need to be chilled. And that's how we get a really nice grind of the meat. Nice and clean, not just like mushing it through. And then when we're making sausage, we also want to go a little bit finer with the die. So do I want to do that one? Maybe this one actually. So there's like 4 different ones in here. I'll just kind of show you how different they are. Like you can always do a double pass too, but I'm thinking this one. Yeah, I think I want to do that one. I was maybe thinking this one, but I don't want it to get too fine where the pork has like a weird texture to it, because that's another thing we have to think about. We'll go with the middle of the road there. And yeah, we don't need any of those other things. Yeah, the mincer is out. Hi, Mama. How are you doing? And I also wanted to ask Mama, how are the kids? How are the kids doing? Did they get on the mend? And then a couple other pieces for the grinder just for later when we actually start grinding the meat is just the feed tray and the plunger to get it down into there. Yeah, we're making sausage. Oh yeah, you want to start making your own. Okay, so all of these pieces going into the freezer. Set them to chill. Wait, you were a line cook too, Garrett? That's cool. And that's awesome that you got to use a meat grinder in the restaurant. Not every place does that. Okay, there's that. Cross that one off. Ooh, that was an easy step. And now I'm gonna get a cutting board and I'll grab the pork out of the fridge. We'll start dicing it up. Not for very long. Hey, 7-month seasonal place. Still though, I'm sure you learned a lot of stuff in those 7 months. You got chili appliances. The 3 of them are all good now, Mama? Okay, that's good. Did you say that baby Carla came back positive? What? She's only just past the 1 week scone? Wow. And like they've been saying that kiddos don't really get it. Does it matter if it's assembled or disassembled before you freeze it? Vonzo, I would recommend disassemble. I find it's a little bit tough once it gets frosty there. If you had to disassemble it after for whatever reason, it would be really hard. Like you'd have to run it under water and then it gets starting to stick to your hand, right? Because it's so cold. So yeah, disassemble in the freezer to chill and then you assemble it onto the meat grinder. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, let's grab our pork shoulder. So pork shoulder is one of the best cuts of pork to use when we grind meat because it has a good ratio of fat to protein in it. So this whole pork shoulder blade, it's also boneless. So what do we got weight here? 5.6 kilos. And the price is $4.99 a kilo. So really not bad at all. I'm only gonna use half of this and then we'll pack up the other half for another day. We'll use it something else. It's always good for like Madame did, pulled pork on a bun, something like that. So let's get into it. We'll grab our boning knife. And then I'm also just gonna grab a bowl to put the cubes of the pork into. And like this breakfast sausage, I totally think this could be another thing that we sell on the food truck. Yeah, that's so nuts, Mama. Strange how all the 3 girls got positive and then all of the guys were negative. Kind of weird, right? Okay, I don't know how like leaky this is gonna be, so I'm just gonna bring the garbage over here for us. Who has had sausage and gravy before? You have? Yeah, Garrett, it's so good. Same with Mythical, yeah. Lauren, Presto, yeah, me, Kate. Southern staple, for sure. Okay, is this cut? Or do I have to cut it? No, it is cut in half. Okay, perfect. That's a chunk. That's a honkin' chunk. So yeah, I will re-vacuum seal this after stream. Freeze it back up. Yeah, sausage and onion gravy, that's good too. Yeah, that's totally good. And hi, Raffools, how's the day? Yeah, this meat is pork. Yeah, I know, right? Like, look at this cross section, all of the goodness. And good morning, Bong. But then when you look at the other side, it looks kind of different, right? Yeah, Garrett, so don't know if you saw, we have a bit goal right now for a food truck fund. Oh, there's like a little bit bloody in there. That's okay though. And yeah, we want to do a food truck. So because this is already opened up, I'm just gonna kind of slice that piece off on its own. Just make it easier for us. Like that. And then before we really start dicing it up, I usually look over the pork shoulder for like any really thick connective tissue. This stuff, that's totally fine to grind in, just like soft fat, no real like thick silver skin. Maybe a touch of this I'll clean from the inside, but what we really, really want to keep on is this nice like fat back. So the really white and hard fat, that's the good stuff. Yeah, if we look in here, so there's a little bit of connective tissue there I can clean off. That's all good fat. And yeah, the rest of this is really just marbling. So not too much to clean. There's a little bit here too. Bonk, how was karaoke? I'm assuming you went since you're here late. Yeah, Orca. And hi, Katniss. Happy Easter to those who celebrate, happy Passover to those who celebrate, and happy Sunday to those who celebrate. Yes. Yes to all of the things. Okay, so let's sneak our boning knife into here. What? That's amazing. Thank you so much for that, Garrett. Guys, Garrett just found us today. His friend Jake told him to come check out the channel for grilling and barbecue related content. And here he is supporting us with the food truck fund. $50 to go towards that. And yeah, so I just want to tell you, Garrett, that's going to go towards a lens for a camera, because as soon as we are actually able to physically touch the food truck, we're gonna start like a weekly vlog update for it, because we're building it all ourselves. So thank you very much for that. That is amazing. Yeah, I'm spoiled. And I'm so happy that you came and checked us out too. Karaoke was good, Bunk. Once it was over, you went to a friend's house having her birthday celebration. Yeah, you were out a bit late. But every now and then you need those days, Bong. So I'm really happy to hear that. You spent thousands of stuff for your stream? Yeah, I know, so much. It's pretty much endless, right? Especially if you want like good quality content. Okay, we got the couple of tough pieces from on top, and then we'll do this one line here. Because here's the thing about thinking about keeping the connective tissue in the meat and then grinding it. Even if you grind it down, it's not going to make it more palatable. It's just gonna cook into smaller, terrible pieces. So just take it out. I'm gonna do this little bit too. So don't put anything through the grinder that you wouldn't want to eat in the end anyways. This fat is a bit stringy, so I'll take some of that off too. Switch this big chunk over. It's so endless but worth it. That's totally it. And like, you're not gonna spend money unless you know that like it's something that you want to do, right? Yeah, this little bit of stuff in there. How do you know what should be disposed of? So presto, I was saying earlier, is the really good stuff that we don't want to get rid of is the nice white fat here, the fat back. That's all the flavorful stuff. But what I am taking off is some of the stringier bits of fat. So stuff like this, where it's like really sinewy and hard. So that's not really gonna break down or even render up nice. So we get rid of that stuff. And then I also just saw when I flipped this over, I think, where was it? I felt like a little bit of a knuckle piece or something. Oh yeah, right here. So there's a little bit of like hard cartilage there too. Get rid of that. But there shouldn't be too much that you have to clean off of a pork shoulder. All right. Yeah, I feel good with this. It's called the silver skin. Yeah, it feels tough, exactly. Your head chef used to beat you if there was too much fat. I hope you're like saying that in a joking way. But that's another thing that we can talk about. Okay, first though, I want to say all I'm doing now is cutting it into like 1 to 2 inch thick strips for us. I think I'm gonna actually switch to my scimitar for that. It'll just be easier. This big guy, yeah, way easier. So it is important to have a good meat to fat ratio or protein to fat ratio in your grind. If it's too lean, doesn't matter what you want to do with it, but it's gonna just like crumble up and not be good at all. Especially if you're trying to make like burgers from it, the burger won't even stay together if the meat for the grind is too lean. Then we can also say if it's too fatty, kind of the same thing happens. So if there's too much fat, it won't hold together either, right? And then it doesn't taste as good on the palate either. It's like the fat just overtakes it. And you can't taste any of the flavor. Yeah, the kind of stuff that you would peel off the back of the ribs. Exactly, exactly. Look at that though. Holy, that's just an insane, that almost looks like beef. Guys, what? You know that's gonna be some tasty pork. Yeah, is that a sword? So this is called a scimitar. This is a knife for butchery, for like using on big primal cuts, like a pork shoulder or like a whole beef ribeye, or if you cut a strip loin down. Man, this is like art to me. Those shapes and stuff, nuts. Incredible. Just gonna flip that over there. It'll be easier for us to cut. Yeah, that would be the best pork cutlet ever, Bonk. And hello, Scorch Marked.
Good schnitzel?
Really good schnitz.
Oh, yeah. Morning, Bonk.
Oh, there's a little piece that I wanted to take off. It's hard right there. It was hiding. Okay, so now that we got like our 1-inch strip here, then we just turn it and cube it. I'm not gonna take any of this other fat out. This will be delicious. Oh, you were actually joking, Katniss, when you said scimitar, but yeah, you were right. You were just testing everyone else, let's be honest. Hello, Teljanin. And yeah, happy Easter to you too if you're celebrating. Thank you for the follows, Starless Chaos and Scorch Marked. Welcome, welcome, friends. Please let us know if you have any questions about what's going down here today. So it's always going to be quicker if we do the same thing over and over repetitively. So I just wanted to show you how to cube the first ones, but let's do all the slicing first and then stack it up. Repetition is key and also very efficient. That's just stuff that you learn working in restaurants because time is money. Varix, thank you for the follow as well. Don't touch the board.
All that a knife?
And hey, Chef John Pierre, happy Sunday. And thank you. Thank you for the knife appreciation. And the bit of salt biddies too. Did I get a few more followers while being on the front page? Mama, we're past 4.8K now. Like Sam was looking at our stats from just the last month of streaming, like 400 followers in a month. That is absolutely amazing to me. It's almost growing so fast, Mama, that I feel like I can't keep up. It's crazy. And thank you, BC, for those 300 biddies. I worked in restaurants. What type of restaurants? Okay, I have to start at the beginning and then be able to recount all of the things. Just want to also show you guys, I think I'm just going to section this bit out. Thought the fat in this was a bit more firm, but it's quite stringy. I'm going to try and take most of that out. So first ever restaurant I worked at was like kind of an upscale place, not necessarily fine dining. Let's say like an upscale bar sort of spot. So it was called 100 Kitchen and Bar. And that definitely taught me a lot of stuff. And then while I was still working there, so the sous chef that I was working with, he was actually opening a restaurant at that time, literally through the back alley down the street. That's how close it was. So he asked me to be part of the opening crew for a traditional Mexican taqueria. So then I started working there as well at the same time because it was so easy. Like I said, it was just across the alley. If I wanted to work 2 different shifts in a day. So I worked there, and then after that, I worked at a golf course for a summer. I thought that would give me some like good skills, learning like bigger amounts of stuff, like learning how to cook 100 steaks at a time for a golf tournament, stuff like that. And then after that, I went and worked at a place that had a greenhouse, basically in the restaurant. And that's where I met my husband, Sam. And we started working together there for a few years. After that, so I went traveling in Europe for the summer months. And then Sam ended up going to a spot in Jasper. It was a seasonal job as well. So then when I got back from Europe, I went and met him there. or he picked me up and brought me there, let's say. It was like a little place that had lodges and stuff like that, and you'd cook dinner for all the people. So we worked there for a few months before helping to open a brew pub in Vancouver together. And we were part of the opening crew for that, and that's kind of what brought us out far west, where we are now. Oh, heck, I forgot almost the Irish Heather. So we did a short stint at an Irish pub in Vancouver before our restaurant was ready to be opened. As well as we worked at a catering company in Vancouver before we left, just for the Christmas season to help them out. And then when we came over to the island, I worked at a high-end fine dining restaurant here. And it's also a slow food restaurant. I think that was it. I might have forgot some. I think that was everything. So we weren't at JPL, we were at Takara. We were at Takara, Daisy. Good one though, yeah. And I was only there for like a few months, and then it closed for the season, and then we were able to head out to Vancouver to open the next restaurant. But yeah, that's me recounting all of the places that I've worked. I don't think I forgot any. And then like while I was working at the first 2 restaurants, I was also going to school at the same time. Nice trajectory, thank you. And so I always thought, I guess one thing that I told myself from the beginning is like I would never work in a chain restaurant, because I never believed that that's how you would actually learn to cook. So I always made it like very adamant for myself that whenever I applied at a new spot, it would never be a chain. And so I was able to do that, and I feel really good about that. You just learn so much more when you're not told what to do by a computer. Like, you're able to actually use your brain, I find. Takara's delicious. What? You guys actually know that spot? So yeah, Sam and myself, we worked there. What year was that? 2014? I think it was 2014. So a while ago now. Your brother's the meat guy that does all the distribution in Jasper. That's amazing, Daisy. The world is small. I just find especially when you start meeting people on Twitch, it's like, holy heck. Start placing stuff together. And yeah, I would say like Takara, that was a fine dining restaurant as well. Yeah, Katniss, you worked at McDonald's for 2 weeks before you left because it was disgusting. I think I would actually do such a good job if I worked at a spot like that. But like, I don't want to, that's the thing. Just keep slicing. We're almost there though. Almost there. This is going to be a good bit of breakfast sausage. Probably going to ask a couple of our friends if they want a few packs of it. It's hard for them to say no whenever we offer stuff anyways. Like, you want a pound of breakfast sausage I just freshly made? Yeah. Yeah, Orca, yes please. Your friends are right here in front of you, Kate. Oh yeah, Sam, I wanted to ask you, did you see Jen was at the Bear Paw Bakery the other day with waffles?
Oh, what?
She's visiting her brother right now in Jasper.
Wicked.
I was like, raspberry white chocolate scones. Yeah, there's no skill involved. That's exactly it. Okay, all done with this stuff. Just gonna give this stuff a wash and a spritz up to sanitize. And then we'll spice up our pork. Yeah, you've seen it made fresh, and it was made by me. You know it's good. Suki, thank you very, very much for gifting this up to the baby orca. Our one and only baby orca, who needs a little extra love because they've been having a tough time with their health lately, chat. Okay. Yo, madame. I was so into those as well. Arby's beef and cheddar. Yeah, I forked with that when I was a wee one. Worked there for a total of 2 weeks in the 90s. Oh my gosh, they were selling moldy buns? That's disgusting.
Holy shit.
What?
Jacques Beausoleil. Jacques.
He messaged you?
Yeah, like,
oh,
blue.
I was like, what's happening with him? Will I put the pork in the freezer for a bit as well? I think so. So once we spice it, Tony, we'll pop that in the freezer too while we mix up our biscuit dough. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And then while the biscuit dough is chilling in the fridge, then we can actually grind all the meat and then everything should time out perfectly. Can't really get much better than that. And hello, Primetime Fishing Minnesota. Welcome in. Yeah, tell Janine, it has been a while. And thank you for popping by.
That's Jacques.
Oh, shoot. Hi, Jacques. Hi, Jacques. Oh, wow, Orca. A new shipment of chocolate pecan cakes came in green. That's so sad. The cakes didn't deserve that. The log of urine. Very nice. Okay, now I am looking at one of the recipes I have linked there. It's the last one in our recipe command. Bon Appetit's best breakfast sausage. Man, you need a meat grinder? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, Tony. So this is why I like to grind my own meat, because I know exactly where all of it has come from. It's really weird to think about this, but most of the ground beef in like grocery stores has come from at least hundreds of cows. Maybe sometimes thousands. Like, you have no idea what cuts of meat they're putting into the grind or anything like that. So doing it ourselves, we can totally control every step of the way. Oh my gosh, the whole truck was molded? That's insane. That's absolutely insane, Orca. Can you rent a meat grinder? I don't know. I don't know. But if you can't do that, madame, I would say, like, you go to a butcher shop. You can always ask a butcher to grind one specific thing for you. Be like, I would like 5 pounds of pork shoulder ground up, please. And they'll do that for you. So that's another way to get around the weird grocery store side of things like that. Yeah, it's usually the scraps, exactly. Yeah, not proper sanitizing. That sounds actually terrifying. Okay, makes 8 servings. So I'm gonna just bump up all of the ingredients that she uses to season. So she does sage, thyme, brown sugar, salt, fennel seeds, red pepper flakes, pepper, garlic powder, paprika. And like I said earlier, those are all kind of my favorite seasonings for breakfast sausage too. Oh no, Whip Silk coming in with the verification. While I was working at the grocery store, we ground all of the miscellaneous cuts that were left over from the good cuts on display. See? See, guys, the truth comes out. And thank you very much for sharing that with us, because I think that's important to know and not a lot of people think about it. Oh no, Katniss. Man, your guys' stories right now about like the bad things with the food, I've never really dealt with anything like that. Okay, let's get out our herbs and spices and away we go. So we're just gonna sprinkle everything over this, give it a nice toss, and then we'll pop it back in the freezer for one final chill. Oh, you're in Finland though. I mean, it's probably more controlled in Finland than North America. Okay, what do I got here that I need? Chili flakes. And that's it from that one. I got my fennel seeds over here. Oh, also, check this out. One of our friends drops off our dishes and is like, hey Kate, I hope it's okay that I left you some of my homemade dried bay leaves. I gave some to my daughter and I thought that you might be able to use them too. What a wonderful person.
Perfect.
Like, look at that. Like, that is pristine. Anyone says no to that, you're crazy. Yeah, heck yeah, indeed. Coming over here. So I'm gonna do some of this poultry blend, poultry spice blend in there. Grab the granulated garlic. What else? Paprika. And then salt and pepper. And then just a touch of sugar, which I think the breakfast sausage totally needs it. And brown sugar is really good to use. I've also seen a couple with maple syrup in them. That sounded good to me as well. Used to work at Sam's Club and the ground beef would come pre-ground in like 30-pound logs and they would re-grind it to make the packs. So no wonder like store ground beef has such a weird texture to it. So many logs today. Oh man, guys. Okay, let us start with, why don't I start with the pinch of pep? Doing a pretty good pinch as well. It's really deceiving actually, like how much you have to season this amount of meat. Do that. Hello Tam, welcome back. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Yeah, you could totally put maple syrup in it. Okay. As far as salting sausage, I always go with a little bit less because we can always add more salt when we cook it or even afterwards, but I would hate to make like a totally salty mixture by accident. So err on the side of caution. Like I'm only gonna do 2.5 of those little spoonfuls and I think that'll be lots. Now the chili flakes, this is totally up to you and how much spice you can handle. There are also different types of chili flakes. These ones I find are the most spicy. And then especially once we like grind them up even further, especially when we crack the seeds, it gets spicier. I'm gonna go with a teaspoon like that. The cheaper grinders on Amazon are plastic. No, don't do it, madame. I wouldn't recommend it, but I guess if you're getting it from Amazon, okay, I have a sneeze build in. If you're gonna get it on Amazon, I guess you can send it back no problem. So I guess there's that. And Dr. Sloppy, thank you for the follow. You may as well just go for some hot links, Bonk. Might as well. Okay, our fennel seed. So I never really crack this ahead of time because I find the grinder just cracks it for us when we put it through that way. Just take the amount of fennel seed you want. I think I'm gonna go something like that. It's quite strong. So once again, if you've never really used any of these spices, definitely follow a recipe. Now our garlic powder. Yeah, Diesel, I love fennel sausage. So garlic powder I find gets really strong. Okay, I got one more. Wow, those are crazy sneezes. I saved it. You see me like sneezing like this? Okay, so I find that garlic powder gets pretty strong when you add it with stuff. So once again, don't add too much, but I do like a nice garlicky sausage. Thank you, Katniss. Yeah, those sneezes, man. Oh yeah, I like it, Orca, when you like bite into a whole fennel seed. It's like almost like a palate cleanser. Okay, now my hand's a bit damp, so this stuff's gonna stick. So I'll switch to a spoon. That's your favorite part? Vune, hello there, Madame Sneezeroo. How's your day, Vune? Yeah. Okay, so paprika, it adds like a little bit of smoky flavor, I would say, but mostly it's there for color. Mostly it's there for color, as it's gonna kind of color the sausage red or pink. Like how you guys know all the commands for everyone too. Okay, and next one, this is a poultry blend of spices, which I find is typically thyme, sage, summer savory, and marjoram for the most part. Maybe a couple other things added in. Marjoram. And then I will say, once this is ground up later, it's super important that before we like patty it up or do anything, we actually cook off a very small bit of this sausage to see if we're actually happy with it. What if we made this mixture and it's not good at all? That probably won't happen. You're in heaven right now, went for a walk with your father-in-law at the beach, came home, had Greek food, used the sauna, and now you're just super mellow. That sounds so awesome, Vune. Very, very nice. Am I jealous? A touch. Okay, so I just put some gloves on so we can mix this nice and clean. And yeah, all of the flavors on the top layer. Oh, Sammy.
Yeah?
I forgot one thing. The brown sugar.
Oh no.
And I got my hands dirty already.
Oh, what happened?
We need a Sammy help, please.
Oh no.
Why not toast the fennel seeds and chili flakes? That's a good question. You totally could have done that 1%. Maybe I'm a touch lazy. Or I just find like later on when we cook this sausage, it kind of toasts up in it anyways. Pepper I did first. Yeah, pepper I did it first. So let's do like maybe 2 little spoonfuls like that of the sugar. Perfect, thank you. Hey, it's all good, Bonk. Yeah, I added the pepper first. I think that's why I was sneezing. Schneezely. Whoa. The sugar just like melted into this. Smells really good. Definitely garlicky. There we go, friends. Just give that a little pat down. That's good enough for me. Yeah, don't forget the sugar, exactly. You're grossed out by the casings? So then don't case it, madame. So if you're grossed out by that, just do like a patty instead, freeform. It's so much easier too, to not do that. So that's your other option.
Yeah.
So yeah, I used to be like that too. When I was young, I could not even touch raw meat. Don't even ask me to do that stuff. It was super weird. Now, here we are. So everything happens in time.
You can break down 6 chickens in 15 minutes.
Yeah, the fresh garlic. It's really good, Bonk. You totally can. Just make sure you mince it really nice and fine, and when you mix it, really distribute it. Otherwise, if you get like a good pocket with garlic, it might be a bit much. In uni. Okay, so this is going into the freezer. Oh, look at this little spot for me. How awesome is that? Amazing.
I offered Paul breakfast.
Oh, man.
I haven't got a response yet. He's interested for the ground meat, and I was like, why don't you just have breakfast? He's like, great now.
Brittany, you want biscuits and gravy? Okay, so now I'm just gonna put away all the spices we took out. And now we're going into the biscuits. Cheddar chive biscuit time. Yeah, you can buy the synthetic casings, but I honestly feel like those are such a waste because then you basically just end up taking them off and throwing them out. Kind of silly when you think about it that way.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it, Sammy says. And that's the thing, is like it's kind of weird if we think about it, that like we cook sausage in plastic in a pan. What? How would you get the wiener shape without a casing? Oh, okay, well if you really wanted to go that way, then you gotta suck it up. I'm sorry.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yep. Kate said it. Oh, okay. Yeah, the collagen casing. So yeah, I usually go with the natural pork casings, the intestine. And the natural ones are not from humans, no. But yeah, are we really sure? Ah! Guys. Oh, they look real weird. Yep, it's true. Okay, prep pork and season, check. Biscuits and chill is up next on the list. And that recipe is linked for you. Yeah, recycling. Oh my gosh. Chat's so silly today, I love it.
Oh, it's Sunday.
It's been a weekend, hasn't it? Yeah, y'all are going there today. Sorry, Bonk. I'm sorry. Okay, ridiculously easy cheddar chive biscuits. I'm in.
I need a shot of tequila for this.
Oh no, you're driving him to drink already? Don't forget about the jerky.
What jerky?
Oh no. Come on. Oh no, an elephant casing? What? I don't know where the massive
Cheers,
ones.
chat.
I'm quite sure that the like
Sunday.
so bologna casing or mortadella, those are synthetic. They're synthetic. Welcome. He's even got, look at his one wing. He's about to fly away today.
Wow!
Whoa. Shots. Yeah, put some of the rhubarb syrup. Once we're in a good spot, Katniss, I might actually make up a little beverage. I'm feeling it. Okay, so the author of this recipe, she says, growing up in the Midwest, I was never a biscuit aficionado. There was a good reason. The only biscuits I ever tasted were the kind that popped out of a tube. Sad. You know, the ones found in the dairy section of every local grocery store? They were nothing like these tall, flaky, ridiculously easy cheddar chive biscuits that will melt in your mouth and have you smitten with the first bite. Whoa. Yeah, it was tequila.
This is, ever since Dust told us about this tequila, I really love it.
And we can only find it in certain spots here. Casamigos. Oh, I'll just leave. Casamigos. And they also do a mezcal. They also do a mezcal too. But the tequila blanco, very nice. Also, fun fact, did you know that tequila is the only alcohol that's an upper? The rest of the alcohols available are all downers. That's why tequila makes you crazy. Hello, Hannibal. Yeah, you can send some sausage casings, if possible, over to Madame Rainbow Pants. I have some still. Oh, that's so nice of you. Yeah, they're 100% non-human. There we go. Look at the generosity today. Look at this.
2 weeks ago we had rat jerky, human sausages.
It must be, right, Bonk? Did you know that? Okay, so it makes 8 servings of biscuits. Yeah, I could get behind that.
Oh, you sure?
Okay, so we need buttermilk, butter, flour, sugar. And actually, real quick, I'm just gonna take a bathroom break. I feel it. Might as well since we're about to switch things up. Hold tight, BRB. Okay, I'm back. Sammy says, we gotta check the jerks. We gotta check the teriyaki jerky. Oh, yeah. She's looking good. Oh, yeah. That couldn't have been more perfect, FCB. Couldn't have been more perfect. Okay, come back over. How good was that? Thank you very much, FCB, gifting the sub to Scorchmarked. Welcome in, Scorchmarked. You're now part of the kitchen crew. Let us know if there's anything that we can do for you. Hannibal Lecter's 100% non-human sausage casings. G-Hef, yeah, the setup. Thank you very much for that. Oh, Sammy's going for something here. Oh. Yeah, look at those fibers. The pull apart. Thank you. I guess I got jerky with my coffee today. Anyone else's husband like this? I'm into it. Mmm. Why is that so dang good? It's seriously addictive. Like one bite, like whoa. So BC, we are ramping up being able to ship and sell to as many places as we can. If you're located somewhere kind of close-ish, or at least like in Canada, yes. Currently not to the States though, sadly. You laughed really hard yesterday, View, when Sammy fed me. Well, I was like, I don't want to wash my hands, so just feed me the jerky, please. Super Ninja, thanks for the follow. And Jay McManus, great to see you. I hope you've been well. Yeah, UK is close, right? Canada is just a part of Britain, it's true. Yeah, can Canada adopt my city? Oh man, Finn. About to eat lunch which consists of our brisket, 5 days strong, still delicious, reheated. I love to hear it. Edgy, thanks for the follow. We do use curing salt in the jerky. So I find that it, one, keeps the color really nice, and then two, kind of gives it the proper like pull apart and texture for sure. And also the curing salt is a type of preservative, so it makes it safer as well. But there are definitely types of like natural style jerky as well. If you're someone that, like, I know there's allergies to nitrates for certain people. Imagine this, Bonk. Instead of the same old boring traditional sourdough New York style bagel, play around and come up with something new. Fried garlic and nori komi furikake bagels. Yes. Furikake. I'm into it. That sounds so good. That's just like a little Asian influence on the all dressed, I would say. All is well across the pond, considering, yeah, all is well across over on this pond too. You don't get a lot of downtime. Business is going crazy, but that's a good thing, right? Being busy can always be a good thing. I think as long as you take care of yourself during the process. But yeah, it's good to hear that you're good. Here, this one's for you, Jay. Stay hydrated. Drink. And thank you, FCB, gifting the sub over to Super Ninja. Welcome to the crew, Ninja. Please enjoy your ad-free viewing. Okay, back to our biscuits. So the meat grinder's chilling in the freezer. The pork has been seasoned, and that's chilling in the freezer. Okay, I'm gonna grab out the buttermilk. We need butter, flour, sugar. Need some cheddar. Hey, look at this. I already have my butter diced up from yesterday still. Winning. And for some reason, I always have like a liter of buttermilk hanging out in the fridge. I'm kind of considering myself lucky because I didn't actually read this recipe earlier. And then the other thing I'm gonna grab for these biscuits, we're gonna use all the extra diced scallions from yesterday in there. And then all of the chopped herbs from yesterday we'll put in the sausage gravy. So there's that. Flour, sugar. Nice, yeah, commercial dehydrator. Those are very handy as well. You love any bagel with garlic baked in, on, or even in the schmear. Yeah, I'm not picky about bagels. I like all sorts of bagels and all sorts of toppings on them. Kind of a bagel fiend, yep. Okay, baking soda and baking powder, as well as some salt. 2 types of leavening. Yeah, silly question 101. Why is the fish tank empty? So that's the sous vide. And it's just empty today because we're not using it to cook anything.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, I'm just like imagining someone that actually uses that for a fish tank, but it doesn't go to a low enough like temp. And it's not like you can just use the thing to circulate the water. That would be kind of cool, right? Finn, brisket bagels? Of course, brisket bagels. You don't need a question mark after that. All right, I'm just grabbing a small piece of cheese from the fridge. I just have a little bit left. No, I'm joking. I have 2.3 kilos here. Happy Easter to you as well, Swilliams. I hope you're having a good Sunday, and hopefully it's just as sunny where you are as where we are. Yeah, cheese. Some old age cheddar. Tasty, tasty bits. So we'll cut the cheese off of there maybe earlier rather than later. Whoa, a restaurant there does brisket donair? What? That sounds amazing, Finn. We'll definitely have to go try that. How did everyone like the steak from a few weeks ago? Oh, steak night. They really liked it. They really, really were happy with it, BC. I can maybe scroll back. Yeah, I can maybe scroll back to it. And thank you, Super Ninja, for those 200 biddies. So that's going towards our food truck fund. So thank you very much for that. We are currently accepting bits to help build our food truck. You've had rain and a blizzard so far? Okay, so then nowhere near what we have for weather. Yeah, these steak reviews. Let's see. Okay, that was the pizza. Okay, steak night. There it is. Oh, this is a really good one to read. So this is from a couple that orders almost weekly from us, sometimes twice a week. So she says, another Cook with Kate success. I'm surprised Scott, my husband, hasn't offered you a room in our house. The steak was perfectly cooked, juicy, tender, and full of flavor. The potato was creamy and cheesy. How can you go wrong with that? Your salad was like a burst of spring, very fitting for the first day. Your special treat, which was very kind, is waiting on the table as a post-hockey game reward, assuming that Scott's team wins. Can't wait to see what you create next week. So, safe to say, they like the steak.
Safe to say.
Okay, I'm grabbing our mixing bowl for the biscuits. And then away we go. They use naan bread instead of pita bread? Yummy, Finn. Don't talk to me about donairs. I've not had one in forever. A new rainbow keyboard cover? Cool, madame. That's an amazing review, thank you. Yeah, pita is good, but naan? Yeah, it's true. Naan is better. Okay, how much cheese? 1 1/4 cups of shredded cheddar? That's it? That's it? We're not even gonna make a dent in this. Oh, man.
How much does it say?
1 1/4 cups. I'm going for sure 2 cups.
Double that shit.
Yeah, at least 2 cups of cheese. We're not calling them cheesy biscuits for nothing.
Can I get some cheese in a cheesy biscuit?
This view of the cheese, it looks kind of funny. You can see all the curds though and how they were all smushed together. Kind of cool. Okay, so we're going that. And I'll just cut it in half so it's easier. for us to grate. I have a little piece still in the fridge, I think, as well. Scorch. Time to turn the ham and add more apples. Sounds good. Apples and pork is such a good combo, especially with smoky pork. This other bit. Yeah, ye old Cracker Barrel. Biggest there is 16 ounce. We got that one from Costco. Little Costco. Finn. Recounting the memories. That was the weirdest freaking day I won't forget. So guys, backstory to this. We were visiting St. Albert and we went to go grab donaires with my brother. I think Finn, you were working or something, right? So we went to like an old school hill that my brother and I like kind of grew up by, and we were just like having our donaire, and then when we finished we are like, oh, let's go for like a little walk because it was super nice. So we start walking and the grass is pretty tall, and then we're walking along and then all of a sudden you just hear like basically an animal dying all of a sudden. It's like right under us. So we're just like, oh my God. If you've ever heard a hurt baby rabbit, you would know. It's a very weird noise. And so like we ended up like kind of stepping or scaring this little baby rabbit. And then we had to like make sure that the dog didn't get it and stuff. It was so funny. But yeah, I'll never forget. It's like, wow, that's a new noise.
I literally looked at this yesterday.
Oh my gosh. So cute. Hi Aunt Mods, how are you? And Powdered Toast, hello. Welcome. Little baby bun bun. Okay, let's get back to it. Just washed my knife from all that cheese. I don't know if we need all of this butter, so let's see. This is just from yesterday. 8 tablespoons of butter. That's a bit hard to measure out, but this seems almost pretty accurate, I would say. I guess I'll crumble it in and see what we think of it. Do I have a recipe for the mashed potatoes I made yesterday? Are you playing it? And yeah, it would like kept kind of trying to like jump up on Sam, so he just like ended up picking it up. It was really cute.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh my God. He like wanted to go in his beard and stuff.
That was your brother, not me.
Oh, that was Brad?
That was Brad.
Oh, I just saw the beard. Okay, recipe for the mashed potatoes. So if I look in the Discord, I know that I have one in there already from the celery root mash, but let me see if I have the brie one linked. There was a pretty good one that I found online. I don't know if it's in the Discord though. I don't think so. Sadly. If you want though, Toast, send me a message either on Discord or just like whisper on Twitch, and I can get it typed up for you and send it over PDF. Yeah, basically all the butter, pretty much I would say. 8 tablespoons? Sam is a Disney princess, yes. But yeah, message me first, because otherwise I might forget. I'm a pretty busy person. Okay, we need 2 cups of flour. So this is where we're starting. Away we go. 2 cups of flour to start. We'll do the sugar, everything else. Oh, we got a pupper. We got a pupper in the sun, Sammy. She's like, guys, please.
Hi.
Please.
You also sat at the door. Hello.
She's on the loose. Yep, it's just cooking for us today, Papa. What is uppa, Papa? I got dirty hands, just flour. How are you today? How are you? She's being very relaxed and quiet, actually. She's just hanging out. Oh, you told your wife about the brie mashed potatoes? Did you get a recipe? I love that. They're seriously life-changing, though. But don't just say that. Okay, back to it. 1 teaspoon of sugar. That's not bad at all. Not even that bad at all. Papa. And then half a teaspoon of baking soda. Hey, get out of there. As well as 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We're making biscuits. We make a little biscuit. 1, 2. She's seriously the best, guys. Like, she'll just stand or sit beside me if I'm doing stuff in the kitchen and just totally enthralled by whatever is going on. Okay, we can put our... Actually, no. We'll wait to put our scallions, but here they are. So either green onion sliced or chives. I have these extra, so I didn't want to waste them at all from yesterday. Is that it for the dry bits? Flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder. Oh, and a touch of salt. 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. There's that. And we'll just give that a little mix up on its own. There we go. Is she gonna be able to come on the food truck? No, madame. Yeah, we won't have Papa all around all the time anymore. She's a family pet, so my parents will take care of her like they do right now already. Will the food truck have an awning on it? Yeah, they will have a sort of awning on it.
Yeah.
Okay, next up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shred the cheese first, so that's good to go for us. And then I'll start getting my hands dirty with the butter. Let's also measure out our buttermilk. So 1 cup of cold. So let's measure this out and then we'll put it back in the fridge. Schmappa? Pop that up there for now. Get into cheese land. I don't really know, Bonk, if I've ever had like the baking soda flavor in the biscuit. Probably not, if I say that I don't know if I have.
I have.
Was it too much or was it good?
It was terrible.
It was terrible, Sam says, so then it was too much.
Yeah. You can definitely have too much.
It's like really bitter, right? The baking soda.
Yeah, it's got a taste.
It's got a taste.
Tastes like baking soda.
Know what else would be good in here? Jalapeno cheddar biscuits. Spice up your life.
Do we have the jalapeno?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like bitter and tart. That's a good way to describe it, scorch marked. Yeah, just enough, Bonk says, so you can taste it. Just enough. But yeah, it's still got to taste balanced, right? So careful as we grate the cheese that we don't grate our finger as well. Whoa. This cheese is flying. What's everyone getting up to today, friends? I've not asked yet. Are you just hanging out? Are you doing some cooking? Or if you're not doing cooking, are you eating? Eating anything delish? Yeah, Scorchmark has their food going. A feast of sorts, which is lovely. Laundry presto. That sounds like a kind of a Sunday thing. Adulting. You don't really want to, but you know you have to. They have to be on the drier side, Bonk. You don't like fluffy, bready biscuits? Oh my gosh. I think this is where we finally have found our difference. I really like the fluffy biscuits. Maybe not like bready. It's got to be very flaky and fluffy. So maybe we're still on the same page. Okay, I'm just gonna move this over because we're not gonna add it quite yet. And yeah, we doubled the amount of cheese in these because that's just necessary. And now we're gonna start working the butter in. Just want to make sure that that's what she says. Wait, she melts it? She melts the butter? That's really weird. Okay, I never melt my butter for biscuits, guys. Oh, it's just a lid that fell. I was like, what was that? It's getting breezy out there. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys how to make a really good biscuit. Better than what they have there. Just recovering from a health issue? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you're on the mend, presto. Whole day was relaxing for you, and that sounds so, so good. And there's a big storm, fun. Sorting out your life in your bedroom, madame? And now you're gonna go visit your niece and nephew? That sounds good too. Orca's on laundry duty. Sounds good, Katniss. Yeah, just doing this, just watching stream, Kate. Smoking jerkies, Scorchmarked? Yes. Worst part of you cooking with cheese, half of it doesn't make it to the cook. Yeah, snack on the mound. Careful. Self-control, presto. Yeah, we have our preferences. Exactly, Bonk. Brown butter for sure would be good, Swilliams. Okay, let's kind of break up these little pieces of the butter. And our butter is unsalted and high Greek. Yeah, cold butter is better. I kind of treat biscuits how I make pie dough. Cold things are better. You'll get a more flaky end result. Orca, best answer ever. I'm Dutch, so there's never too much cheese. That's right, Katniss. Remember from yesterday, warm hands, cold butter. I think we really can make friends with cheese, can't we? I can't wait to go to Wisconsin. Experience the cheese culture there. Because I'm sure there is a pretty good one. Okay, I'm gonna say that is the 8 tablespoons of butter that we need. And you can see how cold it is, right? Because it's kind of hard for me to even break up currently. So now we just toss all the cubes of butter in there, get them coated, and this makes a barrier for our fingers to not get too messy. And now we're just gonna press the butter in between our thumb and other fingers to start breaking it up a bit smaller. Yeah, Tillamook, we went there. We stopped in on our road trip, and it was for a good reason. We got lots of cheeses to snack on at the end of the tour. And when we went, there was like nobody there. It was wonderful. Weren't we like some of the first people of the day though?
Yeah.
first thing we're doing this morning, we're going to the cheese factory. It was awesome though, to like watch how they made it all.
We left Portland early in the morning
Yeah.
to get to the coast. And I think, yeah, Tillamook was one of the first places we stopped. And then we got some meat jerky right after that. We had meat and cheese.
Yeah, and then down the road from the Tillamook factory was a beef jerky spot. So I was like, oh, perfect. Meatus and the cheeses. You been there, FCB?
For lunch that day, we had the deep fried scallops and
Oh, Sam.
the shrimp and the crab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting close. Yeah, you were right the first time, Greek. I'm trying to still figure out why she would melt the butter for this recipe. Well, we just took the recipe and made it our own, guys. Congratulations. You ever have a Cabot sharp cheddar? Maybe a while back. It sounds familiar. Or I might have had it like in France, right? It sounds like a French cheese. Oh, okay, no, it's definitely not then. Ben and Jerry's, nice, Katniss. I can really get behind that company. The recent years, like, they are advocating for so many amazing things in America right now. Really, stand-up company. I don't see really anyone else doing what they're doing, especially on social media. They're not scared of getting into the politics. Okay, see how this mixture looks now? So the butter is all kind of broken up. I usually go until it's like kind of pea size, let's say. If you look at it, most of it's sandy, but then some of the bigger pieces are like the size of a pea. So that's what we want. Just gonna wipe off some of this. I gotta go grab that buttermilk out. And now I think it's wise if we put the cheese and the onion in before we add the buttermilk and bring it all together, because you will get a tough biscuit if you over knead the dough. How to get a nice flaky light biscuit? You don't overwork it. Okay, it is Cabot, not Cabot. It's a Vermont cheddar. Thank you. Hey, thanks, Blue Feather. That's very nice of you to say. Hey, you. Yes, you reading this right now. You are totally awesome and everyone loves you. Hugs. Virtual hugs. I'm in. Thank you for that. I hope you have a great day. Wait, you guys can get Tillamook from Costco scoops? What? If only. What a world. The water was getting too hot. Ouch. Okay. There we go. Block and sandwich. Oh man. Yeah, you don't want the dough to be soft. Exactly, Greek. You know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, grabbing our cold buttermilk. Pre-measured out. Gonna kind of pour that into here. I'm gonna do just a little at a time to start. And I like to use a spatula when we first start mixing because it gets a little bit sticky. think we can definitely add that little rest of the bit of buttermilk. We are safe to do so. Yeah, every day has the potential of being a good day if you try hard enough to make it one. 100% agree with that. Tillich became a major supplier to Costco years ago, Skookum. That's so awesome. Now we're just trying to distribute that buttermilk throughout the dry bits in here. And then we can gently knead all of this together. Sometimes it'll try and make its way out of the bowl. Until we get something that looks like a biscuit dough. And everything holds together, and then, so I don't cut my biscuits into rounds because I feel like that's wasteful, so I always cut them into a square. I'll just put my flour bin over here because we'll be dumping this onto the board. We don't want it to stick to the board either. You were just talking with Tillamook with Sammy yesterday, Maj? That's funny. We're all cheese fiends here, I think. Oh, that's cool, Skookum. You can get Tillamook sometimes in Japan. Very nice. All right, push that just forward, and we'll just add enough flour here to cover up a bit of the board. Like I said, we don't want the biscuit dough to stick at all. So I'm gonna do a pretty good amount. And then let's also grab just a bench scraper. Take like some of this away. Just trying to mix this up. Absorb any of these dry little bits that I see on the bottom so that they don't get lost in that little bit of flour that we put down. Okay. Go for a gentle little pour and kind of press it as you do that. I got dirty hands. Okay, try and take that stuff off if you can. America Walmart, what a trip. Indeed, Finn. Okay, so we don't really have to knead this together too much more. Don't want to be too tough with it. So usually I just kind of pack it together until it holds. Like the edges aren't crumpling or crumbling. Kind of move it around to make sure it's not sticking underneath anywhere. Feels really, really good. And now one other thing. Just gonna kind of pack it into a rectangle because we're cutting into squares so we can maximize and keep everything consistent as well. And then I'm gonna take a rolling pin to this and like roll it out really nice and even for us. There we go. So a little sprinkle of flour on top now, just so the rolling pin doesn't stick. Jalapenos, it's green onions, but we were saying earlier, Lauren, jalapenos, money in here too. And thank you for the follow, Blue Feather. Okay. And yeah, it's okay if it crumples a little on this side. Just kind of like mold it or sew it back together. Just get off of my hand. There you go. I'm gonna roll this out. Let me see what she says. 1.5 to 2 inches. So I'm gonna stop here then. Like I said, kind of tuck in those edges that are wanting to crumble a touch, making sure also, just gonna go underneath with this. Feels a little bit stuck. Tuck a bit more flour, there we go. Yeah, if we look down this way, it's also nice and even. So that's definite 1 inch there. Now we can just take our bench scraper, flour it up. Put those cheesy biscuits in the mail to me. I haven't had good biscuits in so long, you miss them. Oh man, head wounds. Yeah, I would love to mail you some for sure. Okay, so I think we're gonna do this in thirds. Kind of set out where you want to cut to. Same with the other side, so you can meet up with it. So we'll cut the lengthwise first. Just go straight down. And again. There we go. And now we can cut our individual pieces. Just gonna tuck in those edges on these sides. And I think I'm gonna cut it into 4. So we should end up with 12 biscuits. That seems like a good amount. A nice bite size. This one maybe 5. Yeah, probably 5 from there. Because we want all of the biscuits to be around the same size, right? So even if you have to do this for the width for the first one, a bit more flour, it's a bit sticky. That one's gonna be a bit big, but that's fine. It's fine, guys. Okay, we did it, we did it. Now, kind of just put those all back together. Let's grab a sheet pan. We'll prepare that, so definitely want parchment on there. A baker's dozen. Yes, that's correct. And isn't that exactly how it should be? So that you can sell the dozen and have one taster for yourself. That's how it should be. FCB, thank you very much for those 1,000 bits going towards the food truck fund. You know I appreciate that. I will accept this love. Wipe up the flour. Okay. Yeah, if you don't taste your food, how do you know it's good? That's exactly my thinking, Greek. Grabbing my Silpat. So this is how I like to do baked goods. And now we just take our little pieces. We'll probably go 3 by 3. One layer will have 4. Yeah, that one's pretty big. And they're not really gonna spread out too much, but they will rise. There we go. And then if I hold it up, you can see like the bits of cheese and the little bits of butter. Like I'm looking at this one, man. That's awesome, Orca. Yeah, just do what I do, guys. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little cleanup here. Get all the flour off the board. We'll give it a wipe. And we're switching over to grinding up our sausage. So I'm gonna put the biscuit dough just in the fridge for now until we have the sausage ground up. And then we can start thinking about baking the biscuits off. But I would like to have them warm out of the oven and be able to put the fresh sausage gravy over top. Sam, do you want an egg with yours today? A fried duck egg?
I'm gonna probably eat this after I come back from my bike ride.
Oh, okay.
I'll have like a duck egg after I get back. I'll have some biscuit or gravy first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like a single serving for the Sammy. Okay, definitely need a wipe there. You put over 2 pounds of cheese in your broccoli casserole? Thank you for that. This is why we're friends. There's this understanding. There's never too much cheese. Done with that. I'll keep the measuring spoons out. We might need it when we're making the gravy up. I guess we'll see. And yeah, that's true, Greek. If you make something enough times, you definitely know it's gonna be good. The more you make something, the more confident you get. It was amazing, Orca. Nice. That's really interesting. You're able to buy frozen creamed leeks? That stuff does not exist here. Some Jim Carrey's movie have too much cheese. Oh, Maj says. Okay, pop these in the fridge. We know they gotta bake at 425 Fahrenheit for, what does it say? 10 to 15 minutes only. Grabbing the meat. Our chilled meat. I'm also gonna put just a couple things away before we get really into this. All of the dry bitties. You even bought the block and grated it yourself, see? Well, because we talked about the pre-shredded cheeses have non-caking agents on them and it makes it melt really weird. Okay, you know what? I was going to put the butter away, but we'll probably be using it for the sausage gravy, so I'll leave it out. I will leave that out. Pick in Discord, Orca. Okay, let's see. Oh, cool. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, that stuff, like, we don't get that nice stuff in the frozen section here. That's something that you have to make on your own. Okay, so we're setting up the mixer now with the meat grinder. So let's go back to a nice big view. Get everything from the freezer. Whew. And yeah, usually it's so cold that I can barely hang on to it. It starts to hurt. You know it's good when you're in pain. So that just slides onto there. That's the main part. And then we twist this on right away. It's so cold that it's steaming. Yeah, red cabbage and leeks is really good together, Orca. Okay, that's good. Next piece is the auger. So this just sits down in there. Like that. Next is the blade, and we want those ridges facing up. Like that. And then we put the die on in those other notches. And then we twist the top on. Like that. And usually when it's really, really cold like this, like to the touch, if I wet my finger, it would completely stick to that. So don't do that. Sometimes I find when we do the first run, I just got to tighten a little bit more once we get rid of some of the frost. Yum, potato leek soup. That's always a good one, Lauren. So let's plug it in now. Don't have the mixer plugged in when you're setting it up. And then a couple other things that we need. I'm just gonna give this a wipe. The feed tray. So the feed tray just sits in here. Usually pop it like that. This can come back even further. Like that. And then we just use the plunger to put the meat down there. So usually I have the meat to grind on this one side where we're going to be feeding it in, and then we just put a container underneath to catch the ground meat. There's that, and I'm just going to put on another set of gloves, excuse me. Or just one glove actually, should be enough. First, I'm gonna do the test run, like I said, to make sure everything's nice and tight. Oh, helps if it's plugged in, actually. In the wall. It always helps when the mixer is plugged into the outlet. Okay. Then I also run it just to make sure everything's set up properly and we don't hear any weird noises. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, put this on and away we go. Broccoli cheddar soup is your fave, psych word? I like a lot of different soups. Okay, I'm gonna run this at half speed because that's what my mixer says to do. There we go. I saw that it needed a quick tightening. Put it in the top, put it in, it smells really good. And away we go. Are we gonna brush the biscuits with garlic herb butter when they come out of the oven, bonk ass? Should I? Thai chicken soup, like a Tom Kha Gai? Yes, Greek. So into that. Coconut curry Thai chicken. Yum. Got Red Lobster's Cheddar Bay biscuits going on here, although it's it's not an all-you-can-eat, sad to say. I think we gotta come even closer. Just playing with the lighting in here. I think it's just the tray though. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cover it up. What do you think it is better to season the ground meat before the grind? 100% 100% before grinding, because the grinder does the other distribution part of the ingredients for you. You'll just get a better outcome. Because we have to think about, after the meat is ground, the more that we work the meat to try and flavor it, the more tough the meat's gonna be. Why do you sometimes see folks putting ice cubes in with the meat when they grind it? That has to do with the type of sausage that they're making. So certain types of sausage have like liquid in them. So that's how they would add it, but also keeping everything cold, right? Or yeah, so it doesn't end up gummy, exactly. Thrash, has anyone ever had Swedish meatballs and gravy? Yes. Yeah, those are good. I'd say the IKEA ones are kind of the lowest tier, at least in Canada, I would say. This is looking really good though. Good mixture of fat to protein, I would say. I bet you your IKEA Swedish meatballs though, Orca, are way better than the ones we get here. You made them about a week ago, Maj? That's awesome. Yeah, I love this thing, Thrash. Yeah, I don't buy any ground meat from the store anymore. If I ever need to grind meat, I do it all myself. If you want to check out this mixer for yourselves, it's called an Encarcerum. Bonk just put the link to the site. Meatballs here, Greek, they're kind of D tier, not F tier, but close. That's pretty low on the spectrum there, bud. You're being generous with your review, aren't ya? There we go, all done. Push the last bit through. Is it cheaper to grind your own meat? If you're able to get like the primal cut on sale, for sure, Boxar, but like you can really choose how expensive or cheap you want to go. Pork shoulder are some of the least expensive things to buy and grind. Yeah, I only use half. Yeah.
So that's $14 worth of meat there. You're gonna make probably 20 to 25 wraps of sausages, patties out of that.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Done. Just getting the last little bit fed through. We're A-okay. What is the fat to meat portions? Like the ratio you're saying, Scoot? So this one, I would say maybe a 75-25. I like to go a bit more fatty for breakfast sausage. But yeah, you can choose what you want. Like usually it's an 80-20, I would say. And then like extra lean ground meat in the store is like 90-10, pretty sure. But you don't really want that. Like as a human, if you're gonna eat meat, you need to eat fat with the meat to help you digest it properly. Yeah, beef lamb mix, Maj, yum. Okay, so let's unplug this, safety first. Just gonna leave my one glove on for us to take this apart, and then I just take this whole piece off now. slide it off like that, and usually I just put it upside down while I move this out of the way with my clean hand. And now just pick that back up. I should be able to twist this off. Sometimes it gets really tight. Oh no, I might not be able to. There we go. Never give up, never surrender. Now that falls off. There's really not too much to clean off there, and then everything comes out. That was a pretty nice clean grind, I would say, considering the stuff that we mixed all into there. So now I soak the grinder just in lukewarm water, but I want to show you guys like this top part by the blade. So if we take this off, just get rid of the auger, and like look at what type of meat and what this is around the blade. It actually kind of cleans up the grind for you if we miss anything that we didn't want. So it's like all of the stringy pieces that we wouldn't even want in the grind anyways. So it's like, oh, thank you for your service. So that little bit we chalk up as a loss, and that's okay. So just clean out whatever we can from the die and the lid. Get rid of my glove. Actually, no. You can give this a little mix, but yeah, like this looks so dang good. Looks really nice and even, the distribution of the flavoring as well. And it's not ground too coarse or too fine. Gonna wash my hands. You could save the scraps and make a broth. Totally agree. Yeah, it's not even that much scrap. That's exactly it. Soak this grinder. And like I said, so lukewarm water for the initial soak on the grinder, especially because it's metal. So if you did really hot water, like we would want to, you're actually gonna cook the raw meat into the inside of the grinder, and it's really hard to clean. So just lukewarm to start, and then you can re-sanitize after it's loosened off. Go. What's a collagen casing? So collagen is like what's in between the knuckles and stuff like that in animals. It's not Botox. Collagen is a natural thing that like all mammals, I'm gonna say, have. It's like kind of similar to gelatin but has more structure. Or yeah, cartilage. So collagen is like the gelatinous things, isn't it? And they're able to get it to bind and stick together. Well, cartilage and collagen, okay. Yeah, so the cartilage holds it together, but the collagen is like the jelly so that your joints and stuff don't like hit each other. So that's what's built up in between there. It's still, I guess, yeah, it's still made of animal, madame. Like a lot of people don't know, but gelatin powder and any sort of baking gelatin, that's from animals. So anytime you use that, none of your stuff is vegan or vegetarian. It all comes from cow or beef. So it's all from beef gelatin, unless you get a very specific variety. Okay, let's, I guess just get our pan out for our gravy. Yeah, there are vegan alternatives. That's why I said that. But it's a special order sort of thing. I'm gonna turn this on. Remember I said I just wanted to taste a bit of the sausage before we said we were happy with it. So I just turned that pan on to a medium high heat. And then while we're waiting for that to heat up, I guess we should preheat the oven as well for the biscuits. I told you everything would time out. So 425 Fahrenheit for the biscuits. Seasoned cast iron sneaker. And now let's go to our sausage gravy recipe. Cartilage has collagen in it, Double Tap says. Boom, we're all learning together. Sausage gravy. So what we're gonna do, place sausage in a medium saucepan over medium-high heat, cook it until it's brown and cooked through. Reserve the sausage from the pan, so we'll take it out with a slotted spoon, leaving the drippings in there. If there's less than 3 tablespoons of the fat remaining, we need to melt enough butter in the pan to equal about 3 tablespoons. So we're using 3/4 pound of pork of the sausage. It makes about 3 cups of the gravy. It's a good amount. You never heard back from Paul?
Paul is a no-go,
Okay.
but we'll take a package of sausage.
Okay, sounds good. And so once we have enough fat in the pan after we cook the sausage, then we add some flour to that, and that's called a roux. And the fat and flour mixture is going to thicken up the milk that we add. So you stir in milk, make sure there's no lumps in the fat flour mixture, simmer that, and then we put the sausage back in, taste it, season it if it needs, and away we go. So it's really, really easy. I can see why you said it's only 15 minutes. Yeah, if I had $1 for each time I preheated the oven with a leftover cast iron pan from seasoning, have a few dollars by now, especially if you watch this stream. It happens quite often here. Okay, how much flour did they say we needed to thicken this? And milk. So 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour and 2 cups of milk. So I'll measure out the milk. I'll take the flour back out. I think it's almost time to put some sausage in the pan back there as well. So I'll switch you guys back over here. Get my spoon, handy dandy spoon holder. Our slotted spoon, as well as a regular one for after. Okay, just gonna cook a little to start. Make like a little patty. Press it nice and flat and it'll cook quick. There you go. Notice how I didn't use any oil in the pan either. Shouldn't need it. Should not necessarily need it. Another thing I'm grabbing from the fridge, so just some fresh chopped herbs. We'll mix in the herbs at the end and maybe save a touch to also garnish with, because that would be nice. And then the other thing I usually do, well, I guess we can't really do a deglaze, can we? We can add a little bit of white wine when we add the milk, or like right before. I always like my white wine in my sausage gravy. Okay, that's smelling good already, what we're cooking back there. Yeah, hot sauce. That's a good one too. Thanks for the reminder. I usually add some of our homemade hot sauce. Just to like, it kind of cuts through the richness, right? It's a good one. Yeah. Oh, sneaky peas. Mmm. Definitely not too salty. That's great. Really nice garlic flavor. I can taste the fennel in there. A bit of the chili flake. But nothing is overpowering anything. The spicy spice. Yeah, add the hot sauce to the gravy. You want a drink? I'm gonna have another sip of coffee. Okay, this should be good. Turn that off for a moment here. Just take it off of the heat as well. All right. Very good looking. You can also see like how juicy that still is. I'll give it a taste. It's still really hot, so I'm just gonna let it cool down for a moment. One moment so I don't burn my tongue. Yeah, I'm into that. Sammy?
If you say it's good, it's good.
He's not having any right now. It's definitely good. And the little bit of sugar helps the sausage brown up in the pan too. Maybe it also plays off of the spice. Yum. Really good ratios we added. Okay, there's still 7 minutes on the oven heating up. But I think we can start working on the gravy together because it'll take a little bit of time to cook all this sausage and then bring everything together in the pan. So away we go. Yeah, and then also the texture of the sausage is nice. It's like not too chewy, but also not like pasty and grainy either. It's important. Peanut butter mochas. I've never heard of that, but that sounds really, really good. Really good. All right, one thing we will need is just a bowl. A bowl to put the cooked sausage into once it's done. Okay, this pan is still hot, so let's add in the sausage that we need. So they say 3/4 of a pound. Spread that out. I also chose a wide bottom pan for this reason. So you have lots of surface area to cook and brown the sausage up. There we go. Gonna wipe that off. Now that it's kind of spread out, I'm not gonna mix it around for like a minute or two. We'll let it build up a little crust underneath. This can go back into the fridge. Just gonna wash my hands. Turn on this hood. That's similar to your recipe, Scoots, but you just don't take the sausage out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is like, do you really need to take it out? Probably is better if you don't. Oh, favorite hot sauces, Lauren? I'm sure Sammy can help guide you to a couple. All right, our wine, our hot sauce, butter, flour, milk. Okay, there's some juices cooking out, but I'm just gonna let those cook out and then we can stir. And And the gutter, yeah. We add a bit of the gutter, secret seasoning, the butter gutter.
These are two of my favorite hot sauces from Hellfire. One's Devil Gold, so this one's kind of sweet. And then Zombie Snot, it has apples and jalapenos.
And pineapple, I think.
Pineapple, reapers.
It's like a salsa verde.
Scorpions, but this one's really good with eggs and breakfast. Like, super good.
Yeah.
And then the other one I really love is actually our own hot sauce, but I'm biased on that. We can teach you how to make it. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Sound like Bean Boozled bean flavors? They kind of do, don't they? Okay, now we're safe to stir. Should be some browning action and no stickage. Minimal stickage.
Zombie snot. Get snot.
Ah! So now we can break up the sausage a little bit finer. I don't like to go too fine, so it'll leave some texture in here. There we go. Okay, it's finishing off. I'm gonna add some butter because I don't think we'll have nearly enough dripping, so we'll just start adding this and it'll help brown up everything too. So they say we need at least 3 tablespoons. That's gonna be the rest of this. The residual heat, melt that in. Oh, heck yeah, Tony. Bacon grease instead of butter. It would add a nice smokiness for sure. Ooh, I like Valentina's. Yeah, Valentina is quite similar to the style of homemade hot sauce that we make. Holy. Yeah, this is looking really, really great. All right, a minute until the biscuits go in, so I'll grab them. Set them on the counter. They're nice and chilled though. The chilled dough. They've been chilled dough. Okay, let that mix in, and then it's almost time for flour, about 1/4 cup. Beautiful. Oh, Valentina's, they're always out of it. Dang. They have a couple different heat levels. We only get the, like the orange one here. Just the one style. But I think I remember when we were in the States that there was a couple other flavors. We just don't get them in Canada. All right, almost ready for the sprinkle. Ready? Stir that. Flour kind of stuck onto the bottom. I like it. Whoa. Okay, now I'm gonna add the wine before the milk, just a touch. Now we're gonna put the biscuits in since the oven says it's ready. And I'll do middle rack. And why don't we do a 9-minute timer? Okay, I'm gonna turn this pan down now. Oh, down to low heat. Yeah, that's looking really nicely coated in the flour. We're gonna start to slowly add the milk. So that we don't have any lumps while we're building up our gravy. Look at how much that thickened right away. And then we'll also start working all those brown bitties off the bottom of the pan. Transformations are happening here. I'm gonna look at chat in a sec. Thank you for the follow, Hanky Hank. Okay, more. The bit of wine that we added, money. Holy Lauren! Yeah, gotta get those brown bitties off the pan. And thank you for contributing some of those bitties as well. Lauren's just contributing to the bitties. The bitty committee. So the flour is gonna keep thickening the liquid that we add for about 5-10 minutes until that flour is actually cooked into the milk. Yeah, did the person who invented gravy know that they made something special? I hope that they do, presto. We have 2 Mexican groceries in Vancouver that also carry Valentina's. Ooh, very nice. Vancouver's got like all the good stuff for sure. Definitely multicultural there. I miss it. So we're gonna wait for this to come back up to a simmer. And then that'll make sure that all the flour is cooked. We got 6 minutes until we check the biscuits. Sammy says he's not having an egg now. I'm not gonna have an egg on mine, so I'm not gonna dirty a pan. I don't know why I have this bowl now. Dirtied it for no reason. The worst. We should also probably switch to a non-slotted spoon. We want all this goodness. They're out of Topo Chico though. It's become very popular. What is that? Topo Chico? Yeah, Thrash. Imagine a sausage gravy poutine. Yes, I can. I can imagine this. Grab a plate. You want to try it so badly. You're on the right side of the world, at least, or of the continent, we can say, Lauren, to try a good poutine. You got to go up north a bit. That's looking like a good gravy consistency. I don't like when it gets too thick, but we are still waiting for it to simmer. Might have to turn it up just a touch. Topo Chico is a soda water. Oh, okay. Now you just reminded me of Jarritos. Yeah, poutine is everywhere in Canada, but I think the best ones are still East Coast. You want to shoot the sausage gravy into your veins. It is looking really good, isn't it? Like the fact that we made our own sausage and everything. It's gotta be money. So I'm gonna add the hot sauce at the end. So once this has come up to a simmer, we'll taste it. And that way we know that the flour has been properly cooked and it's not gonna taste starchy. And then once we get that done and over with, then we can start to taste and season. So I'm using hot sauce just as a seasoning ingredient here. And there are some chefs that say, like, when you sneak hot sauce into some items, it doesn't necessarily have to be hot and spicy, just flavorful. And then the bit of capsicum actually opens up some extra taste buds and you can actually taste more of the dish. It's quite magical. You think poutine was created in France and taken to Quebec? Oh, I don't know Greek. I might have to look that one up. Okay, 2 minutes on the biscuits until we can peek. I see a couple bubbles starting. I see a few. Jarritos is at every grocery store now. Yeah, they've become very popular. Now I'm really craving a tamarind one. Different places say that they created it. I find that happens a lot though in North America. Everyone wants the claim to fame. Yeah, it's already thickening just a touch more now that we brought it up to a simmer proper. Beautiful. And then we can also see as we're stirring, nothing is sticking to the bottom, so that's a great sign. The orange Jarritos, yes. Yes. I like most of the flavors. But yeah, really crisp orange soda is very refreshing. You, the Dutch, have one weirdo dish too. Capsalon. Layer of fries, layer of meat, donair, lettuce, topped with a layer of garlic sauce. I am in. Basically a donair, like salad almost. Donair on fries. I would 100% order that. Could see myself becoming obsessed with it. This smells so, so good. Almost there. Turn that back to low, low, low heat. Grab some hot cloths to check our biscuits. Holy shnikey, they're exploding and they look so dang good. I don't think they're quite ready, but oh my gosh, look at the cheesy gooiness. Ah, let's rotate the pan. And just giving them a little poke. I would say about 3 more minutes maybe. And I'm gonna put it on the higher rack so we can get a bit more browning action on the top too. Those look amazing. Best biscuits I've ever made. 3 minutes and then we'll temp them. So since those are almost finished, let us have a taste. A little taste of the gravy. Gonna be really hot, so let it cool off for a few moments. Read and Daydream, thank you for that follow. And hello Benji, how are you? That's so good and creamy. Really good flavor from the sausage. I'm actually just gonna turn this off. There's a little bit of spice from the chilies, but I think we should definitely just balance out the richness of the fat with a touch of that hot sauce. Let's do a good pour of these herbs. That will also cut some of the richness, and it definitely needs a little bit of salt. A teaspoon is where I'll start. We'll mix that in. We'll have one more taste. And yeah, no convection ovens here. Nothing fancy like that. It's just a regular old glass stovetop, electric. And that's okay, I like it like that. Because then that shows like I don't have anything fancy, so you guys can basically do whatever I do at home. Yeah, look at how those herbs totally just like lighten that up. The hot sauce added a bit of like rich color. Yum. Yummy. One more taste. Why was he gonna try to get you to separate the milk solids in the butter? In the biscuits, you're saying, Greek? The texture of the pork is so good. It's like melt in your mouth, soft. Just this little bit more salt. And that is money. Could not be more perfect. I am very proud of this sausage gravy and those biscuits. We didn't really make much dishes either. Gotta love that on a Sunday. Oh yeah, those look pretty much perfect, I'm gonna say. They're really fluffy. So let's take our thermometer. You didn't bring a snack, Orca. Orca knows better. Go right in the middle. Okay, we got a little bit more to go. A little bit longer. Turn down the heat just a touch, just so they don't brown too much. I'm gonna go down to 410. And then let's do another 2 minutes. They smell so good. They were just reading 180, so we have 10 degrees to go before they're baked through. Takis and Gatorade. Katniss is going to be wired. Grab our 2 trivets and we'll put these 2 things side by side over here. Nom, nom, nom. Look at how it like doesn't even stick onto this spoon. And perfect consistency. Really, really good. Just another great Serious Eats recipe, guys. Looks like someone went haywire with sprinkles. What? The turkey should be done at 6, Greek? That's a good time. Yeah, don't ruin your appetite, Thrash. Definite comfort food, right? Definitely. Okay, like 1 more minute. We're almost there. Prime rib, nice one, Scoots. 4:30. Yum yums, num nums. There's the food truck name, Maj. Yum yums, num nums. Sammy's got another stack. Oh man. So shiny.
It's shiny.
So shiny. Bacon, caper, Parmesan cheese, Brussels sprouts, a little lemon to go at the end. That's a good idea. Greek. Okay. I can't wait any longer. I can't. Can't wait. Check out those cheesy chive biscuits. Like, whoa. And they rose really nice too. A pot stealage. So we'll let those cool down for just a second. Don't burn our face off. I'll temp them one more time just to make sure they're good. Rainbow sprinkles. It's just the cheesy bits that we're browning up. Okay, this one's really big, so I should temp it again. Perfect. We'll do this one too. Yep, it's reading 200 now, so we are good. Yeah, it's cheese sprinkles. Cheese and green onion. Savory sprinkles, if you will. And now, do you guys open up the biscuits, or you just like take 2 biscuits and pour the gravy over? What would you do here? Also, I should probably take a photo with this all together. Looks really good. Just gotta go steal my phone. Steal it back.
Take this.
Thank you. That ain't a biscuit, it's more like a brioche. Definitely split them, yeah. Well, we would definitely split them together, regardless. All right, I should be able to touch these now. So I'll just take 2 off of here. Should I just take these 2 right here from the middle? Probably. Oh man, they're so soft still. Fresh out of the oven. Greek's keyboard is drunk? What is going on? There's gonna be a ton of cheese on the inside. Like, even just look at this. They are held together by cheese. We did do an extra amount of cheese. So that's why they're like falling a little bit after they came out of the oven. Because they're literally held together by cheese. I'll show you. It's almost hard to split it. But oh baby. Just held together with cheese and butter. Can't call them cheesy biscuits and not have any cheese in there, am I right? Same with that one. Not okay. Really tastes good. Okay, now we go for a scoop. Let's give this a stir. Sausage gravy likes to get a little skin on it if it sits for a bit. We'll spoon this over and then see how it tastes all together. Good thing I'm going for a bike ride after this.
That's dirty.
Donaires, Sammy requested just now? Yes. I am in. Just because we're talking about them. I think I might have to go for a nap first. You're right. Me, oh my. Okay, should be cool enough now for us to actually taste and eat it. This first bite here on the corner is calling my name. Oh wait, I didn't take a photo. And I don't honestly think it needs a garnish here. I don't think it needs a garnish. There's enough herbs and stuff both in the biscuits and the gravy. Just for presentation, but yeah, there's like enough greenery on there that we don't want the herbs to just overpower the flavor of everything. Yummy. Thank you, Bonk.
So TELUS has a smart hub for mobile internet. You get 500 gigs for $80 a month, which is half of what we use. Wicked.
Leek microgreens. Yeah, Tony. Good one. That would be really nice. Yeah. So maybe something crunchy, but holy heck. I really like the little bit of spice in the sausage gravy because it does help to cut through the richness of everything. Because I'm not joking when I say those biscuits are held together by cheese. No shortage of cheese there. But like the sausage texture of it, I think it's super important that we ground our own sausage for it. Because it's not chewy, it's not like kind of rubbery feeling where you're like trying to eat the sausage. Even after we simmered it for a bit, it kind of melds together with everything and melts in your mouth. And then the green onion in the biscuit really is good too. You're so jealous. This is so satisfying. I don't know why, but I had such a big craving for this week. I was like, I need some biscuits and gravy in my life. And I'm happy that I satisfied it. I will maybe eat half of this, and then probably an hour later I'll eat the other half. Yeah, put it in your mouth. Shove it in your face. Shake your head, it's so dang good. Yeah, autocorrect is giving you guys a run for your money today in chat. It's really good. It really turned out well. So like all of the recipes that we use today are linked there for you guys. So more than welcome to try this for yourself at home. And it should not take you any longer than what it took me today. And I kind of explain everything as we go too. So the timings that I did is, if you're even gonna grind your own pork for it, prep your grinder first and then prep your pork and season it. Let those two things chill while you make up the biscuit dough. Then chill the biscuit dough while you're grinding the meat for the sausage. Start your gravy, turn on your oven, bake the biscuits, and away you go. Everything times out at once. You need to see Sammy try it. He's gonna die. It's really, really good. Like, I don't know if I would have split the biscuits. I probably just would have left them whole.
If I wasn't already married to you, I'd marry you.
Whoa. It's good though, right? Man. So good. So here they are. If you guys aren't in Discord, there are all the links. So save them up, bookmark them for future reference. But we can always go back in Discord and search for it.
Well done.
I could not put an egg on there.
Woo!
Yeah, we need to get remarried. There you go, Orca. I like it. Okay. Excuse me, belch of approval for the chef. That's how you know, thank you. And we're wrapping things up, friends. So as always, Sundays I like to do just a bit shorter since Saturday streams are like a marathon these days, but a wonderful marathon altogether. Yeah, so these are the Snag a Husband biscuit and gravy. Exactly, that's what we'll call them. I could definitely put this one on the food truck for sure. Start your morning with this. Okay, we're gonna go raid somebody, and who's it gonna be? Oh, Monastache is making golden curry. Easter egg hunt. We got Chris hangry. What are we feeling here? Egg yolk ravioli, Josh Elkin is doing. Yeah, you're welcome, friends. If that's on the food truck, that's what you're getting. I love it. Hey, there we go. So Kanara is on. She says, let's fuse the South. She's making Southern Korean fried chicken with Tennessee Hattie B's hot sauce and sides. And a mini peach cobbler. Done. Let's go see Kanara. She pops in here quite frequently, and she will definitely appreciate all of the love being sent her way. Yeah, food truck couple special, 4 of these bun biscuits with a double portion. And we'll even help you get married. Okay, I'm setting it up, friends. Thank you very, very much for our wonderful weekend of cooking. I cannot believe it's already Sunday. And yeah, I'm always sad, like the first 3 days of the week. Feel a little bit lost without stream, but we need those days so that we can cook all together these 4 days. Just a great weekend, all in all. Like, our top numbers from yesterday's front page stream was 5,500 people at one point, so that's great. We got lots of new followers as well. Like, we're over 7,800 for the channel. So thank you to everyone that maybe stopped on by again after finding us yesterday. Yeah, it was good, Thrash. It was really good. Not just for us, but also the entire food and drink section, right? We didn't get it. We're still at 73. It's okay though, because guess what, Psych Ward? We have another front page slot on April 17th. So 2 weeks from now, we'll be on there again. Maybe we'll be able to hit it then. Yeah, 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific. I kind of have an idea of what I want to cook there. Okay, thank you for all of the love this weekend, friends. We'll be around on Discord if you need us at all. I appreciate all of the love. You just being here is the most important thing. Okay, I'm gonna hit that button because I'm gonna get cut off. See you on Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific. Bye.